Hi everybody, I'm Lonnie,
I'm Amber.
and we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. And I'm watching that little chart to see if we go into the bad territory, but nope, looks like we're good.
Yeah.
Looks like, oh God,
Speak
we can't have this music. Anyway, we are.
I can't have you going, oh God, because it came
I was doing
on.
that to block the music out.
It was distracting from me cutting it down quicker.
Oh,
I say things to make you say a face.
and we also have Single Sarah on the side.
Oh.
What's up? Single Sarah, not a side piece, okay? Shut up.
Oh, so we're gonna start calling you Side Piece Sarah?
No!
Whoa,
No!
stop! Oh my God.
Ba-dum-ts.
No!
I mean, this is the Orville comedy hour.
Era.
The Orville
Hour.
comedy hour. Okay, but no, we're not going to be here for an hour. But we do, however, want to talk about the latest episode of the Orville called About a Girl. And this was, I like how I was talking about right before this, how they slipped in that little Nirvana reference.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of neat. Like, I wonder if they did that on purpose. Is Seth MacFarlane a Nirvana fan?
Probably.
We don't know for sure. But, oh, who knows? But this, I know I said it last episode, but this episode was the best so far.
It has been it is the best so far.
It was easily the most thought-provoking episode. It had some very, very good points. It was difficult to... I mean, you could really see it from both sides. And the thing is, it didn't really have a happy ending, per se.
No.
Um,
But, I mean, that's true Seth MacFarlane style, really. Anything that he does, like, halfway serious doesn't have a happy ending to it. Doesn't end how you think it should.
did you ever see the Family Guy episode where Stewie and Brian were locked in the bank vault together?
Yes.
Did you ever see that, sir?
I'm not sure.
It had it had some funny parts in it, but it was like a very somber, just kind of a downer episode, but it was good. It's widely considered among like people who have seen all the Family Guys as one of, if not the best episodes, because I mean it dealt with like suicide, it dealt with some really strong topics.
Mm-hmm.
And this episode was really that to the Orville series. I really need to come up with the name list that I had pulled up. There we go. Let me bring that up real quick for our character list. Okay, Mercier. Okay, the dude that, well, crap.
What?
Bortus, okay. He was the one who had the baby, and the baby was a girl, despite the fact that their entire race,
Is male.
supposedly, is male. And so, the entire episode basically just follows this struggle. The crew doesn't want this baby to basically be given like an infant sex change.
Yes.
But that's what their culture does.
Yes.
And they compare it to anything from like a cleft palate surgery to circumcision to, any number of things that to their society, to their race, their civilization, their species, to them, it's normal. It's what they do. But to everybody else, it's barbaric or sick. And they did a really good job of illustrating the struggle there.
Yeah, they did.
Because that's something that happens in real life, even here on Earth, different cultures. They do a lot of things that are considered normal, but then other cultures, which are like the majority, are like, no, that's not right. But it's the way certain cultures have done things for literally hundreds or thousands of years.
Yeah.
So it's difficult, even though you might see something as blatantly wrong. It's the way they've always done it, and
Right.
to them it's not wrong. So it's like they weigh the differences of, like the Union. That race is part of the Union, and they're not going to allow the baby to be, mutilated.
Right.
But at the same time, where does that balance?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, well, what if, the baby was going to be killed because it was female? And oh God, it was almost a freaking headache because, they both sides made some very valid points.
Oh yeah.
And of course, you want to root that the baby comes out female because they end up. Well, we're kind of doing spoilers for the end of the episode at this point, so carry on, if you dare. But they end up bringing in. They find a female, and they bring her in, and from that species, she'd been hiding out for years and years and years, and even, was shown to be like one of their great writers that they revere, and they quote all the time. But at the end of the episode, the big tribunal, the court that they held up was they decided for the sex change operation. And so they end up going through with it. They end up presenting the couple their baby boy, and the end. But also, kind of a side note, did you notice that Mercer and his ex-wife had their arms around each other as they left?
Yeah.
Slowly but surely bringing them a little closer together each
Every
episode. They're going through all these individual things, and each instance is bringing them a little closer, a little closer.
I give them 2 more episodes, and they're going to be sleeping together.
You think so?
Yeah.
So this is episode 3. You think by the episode
5?
You think by the end of episode 5
they're going to be sleeping together?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if that plays out. Right now, I will say this is the Beth.
We
the-
just watched Rick and Morty. Anyway.
I would say really, in my personal opinion, that this is the best Seth MacFarlane property on TV right now. Because I think really Family Guy has kind of hit that Simpsons lull where it's kind of dipped a little. It's not quite at the, the peak that it was. I've never cared for American Dad.
That's because you suck.
American
Dad's awesome. I love American Dad.
But I've never...
Good Morning USA.
Everything that MacFarlane has done live action has been amazing.
Oh yeah, it's been really funny.
Both Ted movies were amazing. A Million Ways to Die in the West. I thought that was...
That was really funny.
aside, especially the mustache song. But yeah, this episode was... this episode did what the Orville does so very well, and that's to present a good, serious subject with some comedy sprinkled throughout.
Yeah, it's perfect like that every time. So like the 2 dudes that sit at the front of the ship. I don't know their names. I don't know anybody's name. But
You're talking about the guys who showed them the Rudolph?
yeah, I wanted to tell that. Yes, I did.
Okay, well
but I didn't know their names.
the dude is Malloy is the redhead, and Lamar is the navigator.
Yes, they showed him Rudolph, and that's when he had this whole
Epiphany.
Yes, epiphany. That's exactly what he had. Is to maybe we should leave this person as a female. Maybe we should leave the baby as a female and see what her potential might be. She might save Christmas.
Yeah.
Just like Rudolph helped Santa save Christmas. It cracked me
Logan's
up.
laying on the back of the love seat with his arm hanging off. I wish I could like turn and... Hold on. We have plenty of time.
And he tells his partner, though, you... Yeah, there's Logan.
Oh.
He says, you should watch the story of Rudolph. It'll change your mind.
Absolutely. Oh my God, I got us. There we go.
There we are.
All right, we're better. That was actually one of the more fun parts because as he's watching it, he's just like...
He's zoned
Yeah.
into it, man. He's like, oh my God. Like, it wasn't him and the other girl fighting in the boxing ring. It was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
They kind of made it a point to try to like force her into that situation because they kept being like, oh, she's strong, she can do this, she can do that. Alara, but at the same time, she's like a whole other species, and they saw through that argument.
Yeah.
Without a problem. That nobody really bought into it. And you could kind of see what they were doing, but whatever.
But the claymation Rudolph, buddy, that worked.
That was the trick. Like I said, this was an amazing episode. Best one yet. I want to scold Fox like I've been doing on the freaking Facebook page all day, because Fox, the first 2 episodes of this show were coming on Sunday night. And I was getting ready to do a review on this episode either tomorrow night or Monday night, and I'm getting like reviews on my Facebook friends pages, and they're like, hey, the episode was great the other night. I'm like, what the...
Yeah,
Where did this come from?
It was like...
Come to find out.
From the other episode, and then you told me that aired Thursday. I was like, well, that's what everybody's talking about then.
Yeah, they were going on about this...
Hey, Logan.
Logan just pushed the
moving
computer.
The camera.
I appreciate that, buddy. But yeah, they actually moved this. I mean, I'm sure it was announced somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
They probably advertised it here and there, but people had been used to seeing the first 2 episodes on Sunday night, and then for the 3rd episode, they suddenly knock it over to Thursday. And I was like, I had no clue until today, and I was like, uh-oh, we got to do an Orville review tonight. From what I understand, they did this same thing with Firefly. That's what a lot of people... I saw that. Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying on the page, was that, they screwed Firefly by changing the time slot around to where people couldn't find it, or, they would wait till Sunday night to tune in and it aired on Friday, or some nonsense like that. And all of the headlines, like, if you Google the Orville, all the headlines right now are like, oh, the Orville didn't have the NFL lead in, so it really just plummeted. And I'm like, no, it had nothing to do with an NFL lead in. It's because nobody freaking knew that it was on. I had no clue.
I had no clue.
And I keep track of these things.
Yes, you do.
So I would say that the drop, like changing the nights, would be good for at least a 25% drop in viewers.
Easily.
Easily.
No matter what the show is.
And I think that any drop is very misleading, because this was the best episode yet. And the people who like it really like it. There are haters out there, and most of those are just people who don't like Seth MacFarlane's brand of humor.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of them. Watch because of him.
Yeah.
But this is really, it's not at all. I mean, it's got his humor, but it's very little.
Yeah.
Very, very little. So.
I felt like this was the first episode I watched, and I felt like it was kind of relatable to real life. So.
Yes.
Yeah, just like I told you.
Yeah.
Over the phone. Yeah.
This is the first episode Sarah's ever watched. This 3rd one. And she says it's very relatable and good because of that. Yay!
Yay!
So, anyway, I don't really have much else to say. It's Saturday night. Not a lot of our viewers are on tonight. I'm sure this will pick up later in the re-airing.
Not to mention, there's really not a lot to say about this episode.
Yeah, there really wasn't. It was a good, thought-provoking episode. I'm going to go ahead and give this one like a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
It wasn't... I don't know if any of these will ever get a 10.
Right.
Unless we've got some groundbreaking season finale. Or if they pay homage to the Borg. I'll be really big on that one if they do that. But, some kind of huge cliffhanger at the end. Something that just makes me throw my shoe through the TV. That'll be good. That'll be very good. I mean, Game of Thrones, this is not. But this stands up there with, like, actual Star Trek. This episode was as entertaining as any episode of Star Trek I've ever seen.
Yep.
So... that, and it has some much-needed humor that I very much love. So, you agree with me on the 9.5?
9, yeah, I give it a 9.
Okay, cool.
So.
All right. Well, that is it for our Orville review. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and enter our Loot Crate contest. You have till October 14th to enter. And also, we're giving away a Walking Dead Michonne Katana letter opener. It's about that big. Comes on a little Walking Dead stand. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
We're giving it away October 22nd. It's part of our Spoiling Dead number 100. Immediately after The Walking Dead is over.
Are you caught up?
When does it come on?
The 22nd of October, Sarah.
I have not.
Haven't even touched
I know.
TV. I haven't even watched Game of Thrones season finale. If that
Girl.
tells you anything.
Yeah, you've been busy. Sarah's been house hunting.
Oh my God! Can you come over and let's watch Game of Thrones season finale together?
Because he wants to watch it again.
Please, I want to watch it again,
What
and I
time
want
is
to.
it now?
Huh?
What time is it
It's
now?
9:30, but
I mean, no, it's like an hour and a half episode. But
yeah.
I know you're not gonna watch it like tonight or tomorrow. Probably, we need to find time. But anyway, Sarah and I are going to discuss this off the air, just in case it gets violent. And I appreciate everybody for coming on. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amber.
And
Single Sarah on the side.
Yep, single Sarah on the side.
Not a side piece.
Side piece Sarah.
No!
And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. Thank you for watching. And we will see everyone tomorrow night. We are going to review the movie Invaders from Mars. The old like 1970s, early 80s movie that I used to watch on TBS when I was little. And I found it at a local movie and game store for $5. So
He's a little excited, y'all.
I am very excited. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see everybody tomorrow night for our movie review.